Good afternoon, evening, people.
All right, everybody. We have head coach Mark Parsons. Jason starts off.
Mark, it seemed like a tough game to sort of get in the flow of it as a team. How did you feel especially the first half went in terms of getting a foothold in the game?
Yeah, sorry, a bit delayed in coming in here. Thank you for your patience and put everyone back a little bit. But also, after the game, the feeling was I'm sorry that our team bus was late, dropping everyone off, me included, because we didn't arrive until half time. We were just off in key areas. We were off in the things that make us who we are, but also Gotham were very good. And when Gotham made us run in the first half, things just got harder. And I'm glad that half-time we got in just 1-0 because we could really reset, and we had some key defensive moments in the box to keep it that way. Second half, completely different energy, intensity. I think once we got them, we got our first bit of pressure, second bit of pressure, third bit of pressure, and they had to kick it back to us. On the ball, we wanted to be a bit more brave. I think we respected Gotham when they're pressing probably a bit too much in the first half. They're a good pressing team, and we have respect for them. Just maybe asked us to respect them a bit too much. And second half, when we started connecting more passes, we were able to get the key people into the game in the final third. And yeah, like Trin's one-on-one for the corner before we scored. We want Trin in those spaces. And first half, we had a couple of key moments where we could have created chances, trying good ideas, but few and far between. So I think a game of two halves. First half weren't good enough. Second half, I felt like we're the only team that were going to win, and this is a very good Gotham team. Very good Gotham team. We've got great respect for them.
Were there, in the first half especially, were there things missing, not just execution-wise, but in terms of maybe not being able to make some connections you expected the group to be able to make?
Yeah, just look. Of course, tactics and details are very key. They can give you energy. They can take energy away. They can keep you on the front foot. I think just the basics for us at half time. When we did the things we needed, we were able to get hold of Gotham. Our first pressure was just off, our second pressure was just off, third pressure, and then once they open the pitch up, that becomes very difficult for us. We all felt that they were just a bit too. They were a bit more hungry than us in the key moments that you have to manage in this league, and especially in a big game. Now, tactically also, they were bringing a few players lower in the midfield, which meant we had to be a bit higher in our shape. Normally we keep one of our eights quite low to be close to Andy. We needed to get that, whether it's Enos or Paige, or to say Enos in the way we pressed, we needed to get higher to Christy Mewis to be able to lock them on that side. I think that's one small tactical adjustment. And then the second half, we adjusted our midfield to get either more available or to pull them out of their shape and be able to find Sanchez or others in behind our midfield line. Yes, I think tactically it was good to make some adjustments, but we'll now spend 20, 30 hours analysing and looking at the next opponent. Yes, this is really important, but also just doing the basics of competing, sprinting, chasing, hunting, fighting, and being in the tackles, and we weren't quite there. It wasn't us in the first half. Second half, it was great. But also what helped us second half was this crowd. That's the loudest I've heard it this year. It was really, really incredible to hear the atmosphere all around the stadium, not just the sports section, because they're amazing, but everyone was in. And if I was a fan, I would be, because when our players get rolling and bring their energy, Sanchez, Hatch and Trin, they really, really pushed the envelope in the second half. And then Lena and Nicole came on in some key spots and gave us new energy. Game of two halves, and shame we couldn't get a goal there on that couple of those set pieces that we had, because the delivery was from Sam, especially that last one. It was just right in front of us. She's been working really hard on that, and we just weren't there. And then we defended some set pieces incredibly.
Right.
So it was kind of a tale of two halves. The Spirit came out with a lot more intensity in the second half. What was said during halftime?
Yeah, I think simple is, hey, we're grateful it's 1-0 and we can reset. And before we get tactical, we have to compete, we have to run, we have to sprint, we have to be there. And this is our pitch, this is our stadium, our friends and family here. That's number one. But two, we also just try to make some small adjustments, like I just said, that would give us a little bit more advantage. Gotham are a great team. They have pace everywhere. They work, they fight, and they're good on the ball. And they had a really good first half when we were just off. Second half was really pleasing though. I mean, we saw what Gotham did last week. Second half, we grabbed control, energy, the crowd, our quality. We were there, and we finished really strong. I think I liked, it shows it's a bit more psychological because we had energy in the second half everywhere. It was great to see, and we managed to keep them quiet in transition. That's really tough. So when we're on top and in our box, I'm always thinking about how are we going to be able to lock them in here. We managed transition. Sam and Tara, Dorian and Gabby had some really big moments. Half-time was just reset. Can we be ourselves? We're at home. Be the spirit. Make sure these fans know how much we appreciate them and compete like us. And we did that. It was positive.
All right, we'll go to the online meeting. Jonathan, go ahead.
Thanks. Hi, Mark. Hope all's well. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Great to hear your voice, Jonathan.
Am I coming through?
Yes.
Yes. With the way this game played out, with these two teams being added near the top of the standings, and potentially next week, if all goes right, they could be 1 and 2. I think a lot of people around the league have been waiting for a Washington-Gotham really serious rivalry for a while, but neither team has always been at the top of the standings. What does it mean for you, having been around this league for a long time, and for the league, that these two teams now that are potentially can be very big for this league are up here at the top?
Yeah, I think, two things. One, I really appreciate that. I think two clubs that have done quite a lot of work to try and improve. Really respect that Gotham have done, and Yale is working hard, and teams that are doing that to then have quality on the pitch. I think we're all here because the quality on the pitch is what it's about. Fans come to watch soccer players play soccer, and I think Gotham doing a good job. And I'm just huge respect for what Michelle is doing here, Mark Krikorian is doing here in MMA on the business side. I've never ever seen anything like it in pushing standards, raising standards, investing, putting their money where their mouth is, but continuing to give all energy into making sure that our players, our staff, the experience on game day, everything can be as good as it can be. So respect to Gotham, and then just I'm in awe. I'm in awe of what Michelle continues to do for this club, and I'm loving every single moment being a part of it. And these players are just all in. The rivalry piece, a good opportunity to try and light the fire there, Jonathan. I find a way to want to beat everyone. It's not hard. I've had 10 years in this league. I've got a lot of memories. I've been burned a lot. I've also had some good moments a lot. And every single team. I was in a championship. I was in a changing room last week in Orlando. The last time I was in the locker room, I was lifting a trophy with a great group of staff and players. And Gotham, they beat us in Challenge Cup, and there's a lot of players I've coached there on that team. There's always reasons and storylines. These two teams that are quite close to each other. Fans travelled from Gotham today to be here. Our fans always used to travel back in 13, 14 up to the university campus. It's good competition, good rivalry. The most important is that there is quality on the pitch, and I think both teams are doing great at bringing high quality onto the pitch, and then it's real and it's authentic.
So you mentioned the adjustments coming out of halftime. It also really seemed like the result of the video review with the goal being called back
Huge,
led to really renewed energy on your side. What's the influence of that moment?
I think we experienced the psychology of this is going to become unbelievably difficult, and then we're still in this, but the crowd in that moment. I mean, yes, it was a good momentum swing, but for us, the biggest feeling I got, the crowd were incredible, right? Celebrate that like our goal, and and the players felt that. We also had a good start to the second half. We came out the first 3 or 4 minutes, thought we were electric, and this moment probably was the biggest momentum swing. I really agree, because of the crowd. The crowd was, let's talk about crowds a lot, but today they were huge for us and gave us energy. And then when we were close and creating some chances there, you could feel them, and all around the stadium. That's not always happens in stadiums. Normally support sections rowdy. They were lively today, and yeah, DC is a sports town, and the fact that we're here playing at Audi Field now, I think is huge for our club and our community, and we're grateful for it.
Jason wraps up.
Seemed like at 2 different points in the game, actually almost at the same time in the first half, you had it looked like Tara was trying to work on a muscular issue or something, and then Ashley Hatch was on the sideline being treated. Are those things they could play through today, but you have to look for, or are they okay?
I hope they're okay. Right now it seems like they're okay. Hatch had limited minutes, but she's been dealing with some small stuff, and I think the max was what we played her. Like last week, the max we could play her was what we played her, because we needed her on the pitch. Yeah, Tara had that awkward moment in the first 5 minutes, and Hatch had a really weird, awkward moment. I think they're fine. I hope they're fine. Yeah, just annoying, right? You're also not doing great in that part of the game, and 2 key people have small things, doesn't help. But they're good now, and fingers crossed they feel good tomorrow. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for your patience and getting in here.
We'll have Paige Terry and Aubrey Kingsbury in there.
Yeah, that's amazing. So scripting my as I talk.
Sort of. It does better with you than with Wayne.
Every time I put a Wayne press conference in the audio, it says poor audio quality detected.
Oh yeah. The initial feedback is kind of awesome. It's good comedy.
Yeah, I try transcribing Wayne's pressers through Otter, and it gives me different. It was like 2 or 3 times to figure out what he said.
ask first about, Mark mentioned that the first half was maybe an energy issue more than anything else. What were you seeing play out in terms of trying to find a way into the game as it went on?
I want to give your midfield perspective.
Yeah. Well, Gotham really came out. They came out fast for sure, and I think it took us a little bit to get used to not only that, but also there were some bounces that probably didn't go our way. Little things were off, and sometimes that happens during a game. But when that happens, you really have to turn it around. And I think we got halftime to regroup. Thankfully, we're only down 1 goal, and we were able to turn it around. So a good showing in the second half. But yeah, they came out fast, and I think we needed to be better prepared for that, I think, just mentally and physically. And yeah, but I'm super proud that we were able to turn it around for sure.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I thought we were a little flat, and it just came down to them wanting it a little bit more, winning their tackles and challenges. We addressed that at halftime, and I think you saw a lot more fight in the second half.
And then as far as the other side of the game, not just the fighting side, but the actual tactical side, I know Gotham has been really good this year at being not necessarily going out at high pressing aggressively, but keeping their shape and being hard to play through. How long in the game did it take before you started to actually find the angles that you wanted to sort of find your way through them and start connecting with the forwards?
Yeah, I would say that just when the game is so fast and when you come out maybe on a slower pace, then those angles are harder to find just because, you're a little more stressed when you finally do get the ball. So I think that really played into it. Just if you don't come out with energy, then the other side of the ball is not going to be there as well. So I think it took a while for us to settle down once we were able to bring the energy back up and be able to fight for it.
Yeah, defensively, they're very well organized. I think the work rate, especially Lynn Williams, puts in. She's incredibly fast. You had players like her who were really jumping at her center backs, but then everyone else was a bit lower, just very organized. It was hard to get the time on the ball that we really wanted to pick out our passes. So once we kind of calmed down and played a little bit more and adjusted our positioning in the midfield a bit, it worked out better. But credit to them, they're a good squad, and they gave us a tough match today.
Paige, obviously you put in a lot of work in midfield. What does it mean to also get on the score sheet in a situation like that?
Yeah, well, anytime we can get on the score sheet is a good day for sure. But yeah, I think it's really just a testament of how much work we put on collectively as a team, being able to get those opportunities, and Haji played a great ball. So, I mean, it always feels good to be able to do something offensively for your team as well. So,
Second corner kick goal, right?
Right. 2 in a row at home.
Very nice.
Think
very
so.
nice.
I just want to ask, the crowd was really lively today, so how you guys were able to feed off the energy from the crowd, especially in the second half?
Yeah, I think that one moment that stood out to me was after their goal got called back by VAR, the entire stands just erupted, and I think we were we got the energy now, this is our time to turn it around, and I think we could really feel that. It was really great playing at home today for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to run as much, but I can tell it spurs them on, and especially at the end when we were defending a lot of corner kicks in the stoppage time, the crowd really helped us kind of get through that and bunker down.
Any more from the room?
I have an easy one.
All right, Jason.
Or you were eating a cookie. I need
Oh,
to know. Is it one of yours?
it
or-
was not.
delicious.
It was a chocolate peanut butter bar for Trin.
Okay.
Yeah, the birthday baker or whatever request people want. So that's what she wanted.
Who's next? Do you know?
I have a little bit of time off, so I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm not sure who's next.
It was a crazy week. We had Hachi, we had Chloe Sweet 16, we
It's
had
21st.
a trainer, we had Enos, we had I'm forgetting one more.
You said Trin, huh?
Well, yeah, and Trin. Is there not someone else? I don't know.
There's so
But yeah,
many
there was
birthdays.
5
There's
in one
always
week.
birthdays.
How did
Yeah.
the
Patchy.
baking schedule get done? How did you pull it off?
I did 3 in one day, but no, I enjoy it, and it's fun to make everyone feel special on their birthday. Yeah, just love my teammates and love sweets.
All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Aubrey.
Thank
and
you
Paige.
guys. See you on Saturday.
We're home for a while, so